Paul Fromm here in Quesnel, British Columbia at the 7th day of the Arthur Topham RadicalPress.com free speech trial. I'm with the Canadian Association for Free Expression. This is a very, very frustrating day. The defense hoped to have its expert witness, former Israeli Gilad Atzmon. He's a philosopher, an expert in Judaism, etc. We hope to have on the witness stand. This is a day of unending obstruction, both by the prosecuting attorney and the judge. The prosecuting attorney, Jennifer Johnston, repeatedly interrupted, said that the expert report, she hadn't read it, that was her fault that she hadn't read it. She objected to this line, she objected to that line. Now this is the expert's report. There's usually a great opportunity at cross-examination to go after the expert for any weaknesses or criticisms that might be seen. The judge sided with her substantially. The report had to be rewritten. At one point, even the judge disagreed with a line where Mr. Gilad said that Mr. Topham was basically right in many of his criticisms, that he was an honest man pursuing the truth. There were times when we really thought, why doesn't the judge just take the report and write it as he would like to write it for the expert? We believe that they are deliberately wasting time. Mr. Gilad has to catch a flight from this community to Vancouver back to London, England on Thursday. The prosecution has to have the time to cross-examine him. It was not until the last half hour this afternoon that we were able to get Mr. Gilad on the witness stand. Certainly in my opinion, this is nothing but calculated time wasting and obstruction. We have lost at least half a day because of the apparent incompetence of the Crown prosecutor to run off photocopies, books and books of evidence. The photocopies are improperly done. The lines are illegible. Apparently this morning they had to send them off, some of the books off for reprinting for, it seems like, the third time. This is going to cost the taxpayer at least $2,000. This is not the defense's fault. This is the prosecution's fault. And we feel that the clock, to a large extent, was just talked out today. The jury's time wasted, and the court's time, and the defense's opportunity to mount a defense. But an expert witness will be able to talk about the importance of certain aspects of Judaism. Judaism's a faith. Judaism's an ethnicity. And Judaism is also something political. And the big problem is not necessarily with religious Jews or people who are just ethnic Jews, but it is the it is the political Zionist, very often supremacist agenda that causes most of the trouble. That's Mr. Atzmon's testimony. And one other thing that was immensely upsetting today was to have both the judge tell the jury and the prosecuting attorney tell the jury that freedom of expression was not the issue. Freedom of expression is the only issue here today. And yet, as has so often happened in this repressive state of Canada, we're told, but freedom is not the issue, it's some little point of law. Freedom is the issue. This is Paul Fromm here in Quesnel, British Columbia at the Arthur Topham trial for the Canadian Association for Free Expression.